Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is K Shine and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. You already know your girl is back with another video. Based on the title, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and double check to make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok at K Shine with 3 E's. But y'all already know the drill. I don't like to ramble too long. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Let's go. Alright, y'all. So boom. Y'all know exactly how I like to start my story times off. Okay, if y'all did not see the last story time, y'all should check that out. Or it might be linked in the description box below. But if not, just go to the story time before this and click that. So I did get a lot of comments saying like, tell the story time about when your boyfriend and your boo thing scared off Jock or Kendra, baby daddy, whatever, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, let me tell this story time next, because sometimes I will forget to do like the follow-up videos and it'll be like months later and y'all be on my back like, what happened to Emma, what happened to da-da-da, and you know I'll be forgetting sometimes. So I'm like, okay, this is perfect. So all right, so we is about to talk about Kendra and Jock again. So like I said, make sure you check out the story time before this, that way you are caught up. So mind y'all, okay, so at the last part, like I told y'all, it ended where like Kendra had Jock come pick her up from like me and Shauna friend's house. And like I said in the last video, you don't do that. You don't invite random guys to other random dudes' house. Like, dudes don't like that. Shoot, I don't even like for you to pull up with random people at my house, let alone if I was a guy, you bring a random guys around. But anyways, so I'm not gonna lie. I did feel some type of way, and I was very annoyed by Kendra's actions that night, because you know how you know your friend. And like when me and Shauna are around other guys, we literally act the same. I haven't been around Shauna when she was acting different around guys or around friends, and Shauna could tell you the same thing about me. So Kendra was like that too. Like anytime we've been around a group of guys, she had never acted different. She never switched up. She never tried to be somebody that she not. So that night with Jock, it was really a shocker, because I'm like, why you letting this dude disrespect you? Why you acting different? Why you talking about bringing gifts? Why you kind of letting them be rude to us? Like, why you being standoffish? Now you don't want to hang with Shauna people. You want to go back with Jock. It's just like around Jock, even though we was only around him with her that one time, I already could sense a difference. Because like I said, you know your friends. You know when your friends are acting strange, even if it's for 2 seconds, you know it. So I already was peeping game from the beginning, before we even got to Jock in them house, when she said bring that liquor as a gift. Come on.
Bad son did.
He bit you?
No, he scratched from his long, big lion nails. Well, hey guys. Hi.
Right. You what?
It's my sister, K Shine.
Okay, girl.
But I call her KK.
Okay, anyways. Girl.
Yeah.
All right, come on now and go. Huh? Have what?
The juice.
Oh my God, just take it. I can't have nothing around here. Hurry up and take it and come on. I'm trying to record, y'all. See, this why. And y'all think never mind. Whatever, just.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Sergeant. Bye, guys. Yes, sir.
Get out.
Bye, Miss Pumpkin.
Anyways, so like I said, even before we got to Jock house, when she was acting different, talk about bringing gifts and all that other stuff, I already felt the sense of Kendra like changing a little bit. But you know, when I talked to her, so basically she had been texting like our group chat, and I really haven't been responding because it was too fresh, and I'm not gonna lie, I was still annoyed and irritated, so I wasn't really responding. But when she called me, you know, I did pick up the phone and I did tell her about herself. Like I told her how I felt, and I'm like, yeah, Kendra, you know, I felt like you was acting different around Jock. You let Jock disrespect us, but you also let Jock disrespect you. And I'm not gonna lie, I be reading a lot of comments, and thank y'all so much about y'all saying that I seem like I was very mature for my age and I handle a lot of situations well. And I appreciate that, because like I know I made a lot of mistakes in life, but I do try to be reasonable, and I do try to think with a logic mind, even at a young age. Like, you know, I just did my best to do what I needed to do. You know, I was like, a lot of people do say I have an old soul. So like a lot of the stuff the teeny boppers was going for back in the day, I wasn't. Like, not for nothing, when it comes to these guys, you wasn't gonna treat me any type of way, and I'm still like that, which is probably why I'm so quick to let guys go. Like, I know a lot of y'all be like, you be cutting them off of this. Listen, y'all, you really only get one chance to really like disrespect me before I let you go. Because like, if you disrespecting me already in the beginning stage and the talking stage, why would I let you become my boyfriend or my husband or fiance or whatever, and you already showed me red flags in the beginning? Like, I don't do that disrespectful stuff, because I won't disrespect you, so I expect the same in return. So when these guys gave it up like that and they would be disrespectful or whatever, I was already out. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the girls, they were younger, so they let a lot of stuff slide. But when it came to these guys, absolutely not. And I'm still like that. But yeah, but y'all do say that like I was mature, or a lot of situations I was very mature in, and those were the group of people that I hung around as well. As far as like Shauna and Kendra, now thing one, if y'all know thing one and thing two and stuff, when I was hanging around them, they kind of let anything happen to them. But Shauna and Kendra was more of my like my strong friends, like my friends that was like me. Like, yeah, we might hang out with boys, but we don't let anything go. Like, when I would be with thing one, she like, you never know if thing one probably told all the boys we was coming over there to have sex with them or whatever, and she didn't tell us none of that. Like, that's the type of friend thing one was. That's not even a friend, but that's the type of person she was. Like, say like, oh, let's go to these dudes' houses and whatever, and we don't even know. She told the dudes we all coming over there and we DTF. You know, we don't even know. That's the type of stuff she was on. But Shauna and Kendra, those were my like, who were like me, who we were similar. Those are my strong friends. Like, yeah, we might go around boys, but we all be on the same page. Like, if I give Kendra this look, or Kendra gives Shauna this look, we already knew it's time to get up out of here. It's time to go. Like, you know, so it really did irritate me that Kendra was acting different around Jock, because I'm like, girl, you supposed to be one of my strong friends that supposed to like not take nothing from no dude, and here you are buying a dude a bottle of Hennessy. Like, us three, we didn't give it up like that. Like, we wasn't doing none of that. So it shocked me. So I told Kendra, like, you know, friend to friend, I gave her tough love. I let her know, like, you letting Jock disrespect you, blah blah blah, all of this. Like, I just told her everything, right? And you know, she told me like, she understood what I was saying, but like, she really liked Jock. I don't know for what reason why, but she was like, you know that typical answer girls give you, like, it's something about him. He's so different. Like, I never felt this way about somebody. And cool, that could be true, but I'm just like, he's so different because you don't let no other guys disrespect you, but you let him. That's what's different about him. It's not a good difference. It's a low-key a bad one. I was just confused when she wasn't getting it. Like, she act like she understood, but like, she still was talking to Jock. Like, I feel like if you understood that he disrespected you, you would have cut him off. But the fact that you're still talking to him, you don't understand it. So whatever. So like, after we got off the phone, that conversation kind of literally went nowhere, because she act like she understood what I was saying, but she still was like talking in circles. So whatever. I'm just like, you know what? You want to hang with a dude that disrespects you, I don't care to be around him. So like, that's you, that's on you, whatever. After that phone conversation, we had stopped talking for like months, right? We was not talking, was not hanging out, was not doing any of that, right? So Shauna's birthday come up, right? So of course, we didn't really fall out with her, but like, we just was cool on her. But you know, when birthdays come up, you kind of invite all your friends. So like, of course Kendra was gonna get invited, because we don't got no beef, and Shauna ain't got no beef, whatever. So Shauna's birthday come up, so she invites Kendra out, of course. So we do what we always do. A lot of times back in the day, we would just go out and go downtown, because when we were younger, it was not much for us to do. So we just would meet up at somebody's house, turn up a little bit pregame, and then kind of hit the streets and either go downtown or go to like one of our friends' houses and stuff like that, right? So we pregame at Shauna's house. We go to Shauna's house, you know, it's me, Shauna, Kendra, like maybe 4 to 5 other people, because, you know, it was her cousins and stuff like that, all of that, right? We at her house, we turning up. So this is our first time kind of like seeing Kendra, but Shauna invited her to our party, so we're not gonna act weird. Like, we're not one of those friends that's gonna invite you somewhere and then act all weird and standoffish till you know. If you get invited out, it's obvious that it's not a big problem. Because when months went by, we kind of forgot like about the situation. Like, granted, I didn't like how the situation was, but it wasn't enough to like, if I see Kendra, like it was gonna be beef. Like, no, if I had seen her at Walmart, I would have spoke to her or whatever. It's just like I was kind of straight on her for a minute, right? So when she did come, she walked in, you know, she got a bottle and stuff. You know, we do speak to her. Like, we like, hey, but you know, I can't be fake about stuff. So I looked at her, you know, I see her walk in. I'm like, hey, Kendra. I'm like, I'm like, girl, yeah, I ain't seen you in a couple months. Like, I'm playing with her, but I'm giving her, like, I'm like that with her. And she like,
Okay, yeah, girl, I know. Like, I ain't seen y'all in a minute, but I'm glad she invited me out.
so, then Shauna jumped in, like, of course, girl, we still friends. Like, we just need to have a talk. But, we could talk about that later. Because even though me and Kendra had a talk, Shauna, I guess, never got to talk to her. Or, we never all got to sit down and really talk about the situation. But then again, I had felt like it's been months later. It's really not a lot to talk about, or not a lot that I cared to talk about. I don't know. It just kind of wasn't a big deal no more. You know how something is like a big deal when it first happened, but as time go on, you be like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not tripping over it. It's not a big deal. I just know I don't want to be around him no more, and that was that. Like, if Kendra wanted to kick it with him, that's fine. But I just know that my last conversation with her, I let her know I didn't care to be around Jock no more. So that was that for me, right? So, we all laughing and stuff like that. It's kikiing. We get to pouring up shots and we get to drinking, right? So we drinking. So when it's time for us to go ahead and walk out the house, of course, Shauna's not going to drive because it's her birthday. She might get too drunk. So Kendra was like,
y'all drove the last time, like y'all always drive, now that I got my car, I'm gonna go ahead and drive us.
So we like, okay, cool. We not thinking nothing of it. Mind y'all, if y'all watched the other story times, y'all would have realized who car this really was and how all of a sudden Kendra never had a car, but now that she started talking to Jock, she got a car. But anyways, we're not on that story time. So cool. So Kendra agreed to drink. So I'm like, cool, because I'm like, it's Shauna's birthday. Shauna go get drunk. And because I'm her bestie, Westie, the restie, I always get just as drunk as her, especially if I ain't got to drive. So I'm like, cool, Kendra want to drive. That's cool. So everybody kind of load up in the car. Her cousins is in one car, then we're in another car. And I think her two friends, like from work or something, was like in another car or something. So cool. We all in the car. We heading downtown. We don't know where we going to go. We didn't know if we was going to go to a club, if we was just going to like mingle downtown, or what the for sure plan was. We just kind of like, let's get to the vicinity where we going and kind of see where the plan is. Because sometimes downtown just outside would be like going crazy. So you could just walk around outside and mingle and talk to people. But if it was going to be dead outside, then we was going to go into a club. So that's just what the vibe was going to be. So cool. So we driving in the car. We all talking. We kicking and we listening to music. We still pre-gaming. We still drinking or whatever. So we pull up downtown. So we get downtown. We walked around for a little bit because there was some people out, but it wasn't enough. But it was still kind of early. So we kind of wanted to walk around before we go into the club. So we outside for a minute, kind of like talking. We like in the parking lot still drinking a little bit. Then we finally decide to go into the club. So cool. So we all go into the club. We getting drinks in the club. So we are already drunk outside the club and now inside the club. So needless to say, we is getting turned, y'all. Like, we there normally, like, how the club might open at 10 or like 11 and you might not come to 12. But because we was already downtown, like, I think we came as soon as the club opened. Like, if it opened at 10, we was in that bitch by 10:20. So I don't ever like to get to the club that early because I'm not trying to help you set up the club and wipe down the bar and stuff like that. I don't need to be here super early. But because we was already downtown walking around, and walking around was kind of getting dead, we like, forget it. Let's just go ahead and go to the club because at least we can get some drinks and start dancing, right? So we in the club for a long time. So because we got there so early and we was drinking so early, a lot of the girls was getting burnt out. Now, you know how you invite your coworker somewhere and they come just because they mess with you, like on a coworker tip, but they didn't want to stay that long. So her two coworkers end up leaving or whatever. Her cousins, one of her older cousins smoked, and because you couldn't smoke in there, she was kind of ready to go the minute she walked in. So, and because they all rode together, they kind of got to go together. So we was there for a couple hours, and the coworkers had left, and then maybe like an hour later, her cousins had left. Now, mind you, at this point, when the cousins left, it's like 1 o'clock. The club closed at 2. So we was there at like 1 o'clock. So now it's just me, Kendra, and Shauna, right? It's just us three. We still going. We dancing. We lit. Like, at this time, the club had already got packed. So we at the bar. You know how you just like dancing on the bar, like got your hands like on the bar, like twerking and stuff. So we all just having fun. We lit, right? Next thing you know, like, I was talking to Kendra or whatever. Like, say this is Shauna, I'm right here and Kendra on the side of me. So Shauna and Kendra is facing each other, and then I'm facing that way. So like, we was all just like talking or whatever, and I was talking to Kendra, and next thing you know, somebody like walk up from behind her and like kind of grab her like this. You know how you like hug somebody from behind? So I'm thinking it's one of like these dudes that be grabbing you when they want to dance with you and stuff like that. So I had grabbed his arm. I'm like, get off my friend, like, because I'm thinking like, who the hell is you? You don't walk up behind my friend and just get on her. And then like, next thing you know, he was like,
Dang, Kate, chill out. It's just me.
while I look over, because I'm thinking like, what dude know my name? I look over, and it's Jock. It is Jock. So I look over, Mo behind him, and it says friends. Now Offset was with him. Smiley wasn't with him, but it was him, Offset, and like maybe two other of like the dudes that I don't know of. Okay, so I don't know his other friends. So it was only Jock, Offset, and two unknown dudes, right? So I looked and I was just like, oh my god, like me and Shauna already just kind of looked, and this is what pissed me off about Kendra because she tried to act like she didn't really invite him. So I'm sitting here like, how you know we was here? So Shauna was like, Kendra, you invited them? Like, we seeing this in front of him, but mind you, he probably don't hear us as much because we leaning over kind of in her ear because, you know, the club is loud. And Kendra's like,
No, like, I didn't invite him. Like, he just asked me where I was at, and I told him where I was at.
so we just like, okay, like, whatever, like, maybe you didn't invite him. You know, I know some dudes do just ask, like, where you at, what you doing, and you might tell him. But in my mind, I'm thinking, like, you definitely told him where we was at because you wanted him to pull up. Because, like, come on now, whatever. So we just like, okay. So he started, like, trying to make Kendra dance with him because, like, the music was going. So he already tried to, like, make Kendra dance and whatever. So he tried to, like, push her back down, like, you know, dance, give me a dance. So I'm already irritated because I'm like, you stay, like, doing, like, this weird stuff. Like, you didn't even give her a proper hug. You just hugged her from the back. And then you see me and Shauna whisper in her ear. And then when we came back from whispering, you just automatically start bending her over. Like, you don't just push her back down and start bending her over. Like, basically, like, dance on me. So I was just already, me and Shauna was just looking. I was already irritated. Like, no, you just annoying. So I'm just like, Kendra, well, tell him like you hanging out with your homegirls and let him go hang out with his homeboys. Like, why did you come up in here? Like, what's going on? So after he did that, Offset goofy self want to come around and he looking at me. I don't know why he ain't learned his lesson last time not to really mess with us, but for whatever reason, because it had been some time, I guess he thought like it was gonna be cool or he should talk to me. Like, don't say nothing to me. Like, I don't care for y'all. He walks over to me. He like, I know you want to dance too. Like, go ahead. You could bend that ass over for me too. Two plus two is four. Why the fuck would he think I want to bend over and dance for his ugly, goofy looking ass? I looked at him like, cause he tried to. It seemed like he was about to reach to touch my shoulder, so I moved his arm. I said, "Boy, don't touch me. I would never in my life give you a dance. You better get away from me." And I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I already had static from last time because we not cool. Y'all put y'all mouth on my bottle. Y'all was disrespectful, and I don't care for y'all. So don't ever come over here and think you about to put your hands on me. Like, even if you trying to touch my shoulder, don't touch me. I don't rock with y'all. So what are you touching me for? So I already was like, don't touch me. And why would you ask me for a dance? I'm not giving you no dance. Like, I literally was just like that to him. And he like, oh, I see you don't know how to let nothing go, huh? Like, you still stuck on that bullshit? Like, already coming with the drama. And I ain't gonna lie, I was coming with the static too. So I guess I couldn't technically be mad that he was coming back at me like that. But it's just like, you know I don't fool with you. So why would you come ask me for a dance? Like, what's wrong with you? So in the midst of me and Offset kind of going back and forth, Jock was just laughing. He like...
Bro, Offset, you know how Kay is. Like, you know how she is. So you might as well leave her alone.
I'm like... y'all don't know how I am because y'all don't know me. Like, don't be telling him you know how like, just go on. So I sense myself already kind of getting irritated. So Shauna, like, butted in and she said to Offset, like, how about you buy some shots since you drunk off our bottle last time? So Offset, like, y'all still worried about a petty ass, cheap ass Ciroc bottle? I can buy the whole bar out and you still tripping about that? So, you know, me and Shauna both at the same time was like, well, buy the bar out. Buy the shots. Like, buy the shots because, shoot, technically you owe us a whole bottle. And so he just already started kind of like doing too much, talking about what he get paid for, we get buy. So I'm just like, you know what, whatever. I'm over this. I'm like, Kendra, we about to move around because, like, the club we went to was really big. So you didn't have to just stay in that one spot. So I'm like, we about to move around. Like, is you staying over here with Jock or what you doing? So she like...
well, no, why we all can't just stay together? Like, we could just all turn up together. Like, I buy shots. Like, we gonna get around. It's gonna be cool.
So Shauna like, no, I don't want to be around them on my birthday. So, like, are you coming with us or not? Like, what is you doing? So she like...
well, I'll just stay with him for a minute, get him a little dance, and then I'll catch up with y'all.
So I already, y'all, I was like, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm like, every time you get around him, you start acting different. Like, I'm over it. We like, bye. Like, we just walked away from her, right? So in my mind, I already made up, like, Kendra gonna kind of make this night about Jock. So we need to find us another ride because I don't want to ride home with her or whatever. So I called my one friend. Like, we went into the bathroom real quick because we were just talking about it. So we go in the bathroom. We did have to use the bathroom too, so we in there like, see, Kendra about to start acting different, all of this. So I had called my one boo, and I'm just call him Boo Thing because you know that's the name I just give all my boos because it's easier. Now this one boo, I've been talking to him like all throughout the summer, whatever. Like this one of like my main boos, and no, it's not drama. It wasn't drama at this time, so. But it was just like one of my main boos. So I called him and I'm like, what you doing? And he was like, I'm at this such and such club. Mind you, this club is downtown as well. So I was like, oh, perfect. I'm like, well, when you done at the club there, like, can you come get me and Shauna? Like, we need to ride home. So, you know, he telling me like, oh, okay, cool. He like, actually, we about to leave out because they was at a bar. He was saying like the bar wasn't really doing nothing. There wasn't really no motion there. So he was about to leave out. So, you know, he asked me what bar we was at. And I was like, we ain't at no bar. We at club such and such or whatever. So he like, oh, okay, well, that's, you know, that's right down the street. I'm about to pull up there. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, it's only about an hour left in the club. But, you know, if you want to come, come. So he like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right, bet. We got to ride home. They're about to come here. It's about to be fine. So I'm like, Kendra could just go home, you know, in her car or go home with Jock. Like, you know, she with her little boo. So it ain't like we just leaving her behind because I did not want to be with Offset and Jock and them. Like, I didn't care for them. I didn't want to be around them. I don't want to do none of that. And the fact that you talking about you going to stay with him for a minute, you comfortable with him then because this is a girl's night out. Like, you know how many sets of friends me and Shauna could have invited out, but we was just trying to have fun for her birthday and just let it be all the girls. So I didn't understand why you would invite the very same guys that you know we don't like. Like, it's not like Kendra just invited a set of guys and maybe they was cool. You know specifically we do not care for Jock and definitely not Jock and his friends. You knew that. So I don't understand why you invited him. Even if that's your boyfriend now or your boo or whatever, you should know to keep us separate from Jock. We don't get along. We don't care to be around him. But it's like you don't comprehend that all of a sudden because this new guy in your life. So I'm not understanding why you were acting so slow all of a sudden. But whatever. So cool. I already found us a ride. So me and Shauna, we kind of just go back into like the club area, whatever, and we just continue to dance. Like we just go back on the dance floor because at this point I'm waiting for my boo thing to come or whatever. He said he was coming in here, so cool. So we go in there and we just like dancing and stuff like that. So while we went back to the dance floor and we started dancing, I guess Kendra seen us. So she come walk over there, but she come walking over there towards us with Jock and his people. So we like, so as soon as we seen them, we looking like, we literally was, imagine us dancing like this, then we see them walking over, we like, cause get away from us. We don't want to be by Jock. We don't want to be around them. I don't care for them. I don't like them. So as soon as she walked over, she come and she whispered in my ear. She was like,
oh, I was looking for y'all, like I got y'all a shot.
So I was like, oh, well, where's the shot at then? So she was like,
well, they had went on and took the shot or whatever, but I could just buy us some more.
so I'm like, you bought us shots and you let Jock and his homeboys or whatever, like, take the shots? Like, why would you even tell us that you bought us shots just to tell us that they already drunk the shots? Like, what was your point? You might as well have just either bought us new shots or didn't buy us shots at all. I don't understand why you would come tell us, hey, I got y'all shots, but his homeboys drunk the 2 shots already. Kendra, are you slow? Like, you're starting to piss me off. So I'm like, I was like, well, that was dumb. So Shauna couldn't really hear because she whispered and she was like, what? I was like, she just told me that she bought us shots, but she let the Jock homeboys drink our shots. So Shauna just was looking like, you know, we all like, are you stupid? Like, are you dumb? Like, so we like, okay, so what was the point of you even telling us anything at all? Like, so she was like, Kendra, like,
well, no, it's no problem. Like, I can go get more. Like, you know, I was just trying to see if y'all want some before I buy them.
So, you know, we and Shauna was like, no, we good. Like, because at this point, I didn't even want no more shots. I'm straight. I'm good. Kendra, you don't got to get me nothing. We straight. We good. So, I'm like, no, I'm cool. So, mind you, Jock and them is standing, like, right behind her. So, I'm just thinking, like, once I told Kendra we cool, I thought they was going to go back over to where they was at. So, I'm just like, we good. Like, y'all can go back over there. So, Kendra like,
well, no, I was just going to stay over here with y'all and dance with y'all.
I'm like, okay, Kendra, but I'm not going to lie, even though you should already know this. I'm like, I don't want to be by Jock. Like, I don't want to be with them. I don't want to be around them because you know I don't care for them. I told you several times I don't care for them. And by the way, you don't have to worry about giving us a ride back home because I called us a ride, so you ain't got to worry about that. So she like,
why? Like, I didn't have a problem with taking y'all home. Like, why?
And I said, because when you get around Jock, you start act different and you be doing a lot of weird stuff. And I don't like that. So you got Jock here. You know we don't care for Jock. You know we don't want to be around him. And you steady bringing him around. And you're going to invite him out to Shauna's birthday. You know, even though it's a club. I'm not saying nobody can come to the club. But he wouldn't have been here had you told him we was here. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know we don't care for him. And you keep bringing him around. And I'm telling you, as your friend, I don't want to be around him. So Kendra like, like,
well, girl, no, it's a big club. Like, you don't necessarily have to be around him. Like, we can move around.
I said, but when I asked you to move around with us, you said you wanted to stay here with Jock. And then you just walked over here by us and Jock is following you. So how are you saying it's a big club, like we don't have to be around him? But he's steady. He's right next to us right now. So Kendra was like,
well, it's cool. I'll leave him right here. And then me and you and Shauna, we can walk around a little bit.
so I was like, okay, we'll leave them. So, and I don't want y'all to think like I'm just trying to get her to leave her boo thing. It's just that if you know your boo and your friends don't get along, I would never, like, if she didn't get along, if Shauna didn't get along with my boo thing that I called, I would have never called him to come get us. Because if my friends express that they don't want to be around certain people, we grown as hell. Like, I should be able to choose who and who I don't want to be around. And if I tell you I don't want to be around somebody, you, as my friend, you shouldn't put me in that predicament while I'm around him. So I wasn't trying to be mean. It's just that I don't care for them. Like, I don't want to be around them. So she turned around and she tell them, like, whatever, like, because they whispering, so I can't hear them. But I'm assuming she said, like, she was going to walk around with us. So I hear Jock, like,
what? For what? Then what you call me up here for then?
so, and mind you, he's yelling this because, like I said, it's music going on. So, a lot of times we was kind of whispering, like, in each other's ear or talking really close to each other. So, it's like he leaned back and screamed that. So, I heard him. So, I'm just thinking, like, I knew she invited him up here. Like, I'm not dumb. So, she was just like, I see her doing this, like, kind of like, calm down, whatever. But mind you, she facing him. So, I can't really see what she's saying. I just see her hand, like, like, relax, whatever. So they was talking about something and like they was kind of going back and forth for a minute. So Shauna tapped Kendra like, so what we gonna do is you moving around with us or not? Because like it's almost about to be let out, like for the club to get out. So we're not trying to spend our time sitting here watching you two argue on the dance floor. Like, cause it was kind of like 2 bars, 2 dance floor, like one on this side, one over here. So you could kind of move around. So we're not trying to spend the last couple minutes. Well, not couple minutes. It will probably be like 30 minutes left. We're not trying to spend that last time listening to y'all argue. Like either you gonna come with us or you gonna stay here with them. So mind you, when Shauna tapped Kendra, Jock linked over, like, kind of like Kendra's shoulder and was like,
we talking.
and like he said it like they talking, like Shauna shouldn't be interrupting them or like we even give a fuck that they talking. So Shauna was like, oh hell no, like, and I was like, come on Shauna, let's just go because I know how this can get. We already been drinking. Don't irritate drunk people. So we walk away. I didn't even say nothing to Kendra. I just end up walking away or whatever. Kendra was trying to follow us and walk with us, but Jock was following along, which means Offset and the 2 friends, Offset and the amigos, I should say, even though rest in peace to Takeoff, but that's what it was really giving. Offset and the 2 friends. But no, Offset and the amigos, the whole amigos clan come with, but nah. So they start following whatever. So Shauna turned around and was like, Kendra, don't follow us if Jock gonna follow you. Like, I don't want to be around him. He pissing me off. I don't want to deal with that on my birthday. So Kendra turned around and said something else to Jock. Of course, like I said, we can't hear. She said something to Jock. Jock like real loud, right? He like,
I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
so I'm just like, oh my God, like he's just doing way too much or whatever. So we kept walking. Kendra kept following us. Jock is still following her. So we getting mad. I'm not gonna lie. We was getting irritated with Kendra because I'm like, Kendra, you gonna have to stop following us because my thing is, I know y'all might feel like, well, she can't help that Jock is following her, but she could have helped by not telling him where we was at. She didn't have to tell him to come to this club. And like Jock said, she invited him, and I believe that. So that's her problem. That's her business. You should have never invited him to this club, especially without without telling us. I'm not gonna say without asking us because, like I said, you grown. You don't need permission, and the club is a public place. But you didn't even run it by us that you was going to invite somebody that we don't like. So you're going to have to deal with him on your own. You get what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, if he's following us and we want him to stop and you the reason why he's following us, you're going to have to stay with your friend because you invited that man, so you stay with him. We don't want him to follow us or it's going to get real ugly. Like, that's annoying. So Shauna was telling Kendra, like, you stay behind too. So Kendra was like, I'm not going to lie, Shauna did kind of yell it. Like, she was like, Kendra, stop following us because that nigga following us and I don't want him around me. Like, she did kind of yell, whatever. And mind you, she yelled because the music is loud as well too. So Kendra was like,
well, you don't have to yell at me. It's not my fault he following us. I told him to stay behind. He not listening.
So I was like, well, Kendra, you already know that. He don't never listen to you. Like, you already know how he get down. So why would you invite him out with us? Like, we already had this talk. And here it is months later. You still not getting the picture. Like, why would you invite him? So, you know, it's like a whole bunch of like back and forth or whatever. So Jock is just laughing, y'all. Like, he think everything is a joke. Like, bro, it's not no joke. Like, shut up. Why are you laughing at yo boo getting into it with her homegirls, or even just women arguing or going back and forth anyways? Like, we weren't really arguing. It kind of was like a back and forth. But why is you laughing at that anyways? What is funny about that, you little sick son of a... Anyways, but so he laughing whatever. So I'm not gonna lie, I was getting irritated by him because I'm like, what's funny? What's funny? Like, why are you laughing at women talking? Like, what's funny? Like, you such a kid. He like,
you funny. You funny. You funny. Like, you real funny.
so I'm just like, Jock, you might not want to talk to me because like I will get hands put on you, like, for real, like, all bullshit aside. So you might want to tread real lightly when it comes to me. Like, do not irritate me. So at that point, like, my boo thing was still coming, but like by the time he had pulled up or whatever, it was like 1:40. Because I remember he texted me like, well, I'm going to just link, like, I guess he was just going to kind of be like downtown and wait for me to get out the club. Because he was like, ain't no point in me paying to get in for 20 minutes. So I was like, right. So he texted me that and said like, oh, it's only 20 minutes left. I'm going to just be out here. Like, I'm going to just park, you know, around the block and be just out here. Just let me know. I was just like, you know what, Shauna, you ready to go anyways? Because there's only 20 minutes left. We could just go ahead and go. So Shauna was like, yeah. So I just like, bye, Kendra, we gone. Like, I just cut that conversation off and we started walking down the stairs to leave out. So while we walking down the stairs, like, it's like, if it's a flight of 12 stairs, by the time we got to like the 8th stair, like when we only got like 4 stairs left from the bottom, then I see Kendra and Jock and them coming out too. So they was behind us, but they was a little distance. So we were already outside. So I was calling my boo like, I'm right here. Like, where you at? And he beeped his horn because he was right across the street. So, you know, he like, I'm over here. So he was like lingering outside his car with his homeboys. So cool. So I get to walking across the street or whatever. So I'm walking towards him. And next thing you know, Kendra was trying to like catch up with us. So Kendra like,
Wait, y'all, wait. Like, where y'all going?
like she trying to talk to us as we crossing the street. As we crossing the street, of course, since Kendra following us, who else is following us? Jock and the amigos, okay? They're following too. So when we get across the street, like, we already had that static. Like, I hugged my boo thing, and, you know, I said hey to 2 of his friends that I knew, and then it was like 3 other homeboys that I really didn't know or whatever, so I just said hey to everybody. So I had already came over, and I was hugging him, but while I was hugging him, I told him, I'm like, Kendra, don't follow us, because you about to piss me off. So my boo thing is like, wait, like, you good? Like, what's going on? I'm like, I'll tell you later. She pissing me off because she brought some homeboys that I don't like. So as soon as I said that, y'all, I will admit, I got everybody riled up because I'm kind of drunk, and I said that, and I know my boo thing. My boo thing don't play no games, like 0 games when it comes to me, okay? That's why I love my boo thing. Hey, boo thing, you know, because he don't play no games. And as soon as I said that, and I'm not gonna lie, my boo thing like trouble. He one of those ones that like, if you about to get into a fight, he want you to call him. Like, he want to fight. He want it. Like, he just like, and that could be very dangerous. So I don't need y'all to tell me that could be dangerous. I already know, but I'm just telling you how it is. Like, okay, it don't even matter. But my boo thing, like, his mama got 6 kids, okay? And he is the only brother. He has 5 sisters. So I'm just telling you, that goes to show you, like, his defense towards women, like, he don't play that. Like, he do not play that. Like, and he's the older brother of all his 5 siblings. So I already know his sisters got it bad. They probably can't even bring a guy home because my boo thing, he do not play. So he's very protective of women, just women in general, because even if Shauna had a problem, like, he would protect Shauna. Like, he's very protective. Like, he just like that. So as soon as I said that, and I was telling him, like, Kendra right there, like, he brought some boys that I don't like, because Jock and them was right behind them. He was like, what guys? Them guys that's behind her? So I was just like, yeah, like, I do not mess with them, and da-da-da, like, I just would start saying stuff. And Shauna was like, right, because Shauna know my boo thing. Of course, y'all know that's my bestie, fuck the restie. So he know my boo thing. So she was saying hi to my boo thing too, and then the other 2 friends that we knew already. So she's saying hi. So mind you, one of my boo thing friends, like, let me just call him fucking Mark. So Mark, he know, like, him and Shauna kind of like kick it. Like, they don't, you know, he kind of like Shauna and all of that. So when Shauna was hugging him, Shauna was saying like, yeah, we don't even fuck with them. Da-da-da, was saying. So Mark is like, who? Like, who y'all talking about? He did. So when they said who, them guys that's behind her, we did say yeah. So they was already walking over there. So they get over there. Kendra's still trying to talk to us. I'm telling Kendra, like, listen, at the end of the day, we got to ride home. Just go, because my boo don't play. So just go with your friends. I don't, like, you know, go with them. Like, I'm sure Jock gonna walk you back to your car because that's your man. So he should walk you back to the car. So y'all should just go ahead and go. And Kendra's like,
I don't understand just because Jock and them came out. I don't understand why our night have to end early.
Mind y'all. So our night technically didn't even end early because after the club let out, we really was just gonna kind of go home unless we found something else to do. But we really was gonna go home, like, and we left the club 20 minutes early. So you talking about why our night gotta end early? Technically, it's not. Like, what do you mean? So Shauna was just like, Kendra, it's not a big deal. Like, it's my birthday. Don't ruin this for me. Like, thank you for coming out to the club. Like, get home safe. Text me when you get home. Like, she kind of tried to, like, shut it down. Like, let her know, like, hey, we done talking about it. It is what it is. You got your man. Go home with your man or whatever. Let him walk you to your car. Text the group chat when you get home. And, like, that's it. Like, we trying to, like, dead the situation, right? Because it is what it is. It's nothing more to say. You're not understanding how we feel about Josh. You're not trying to understand it. So, it's kind of like, it's a lost cause. What more do we have to talk about now at this point? Like, you're not getting it. So Kendra keep trying to talk, which is pissing Shauna off more because it's just like, I keep telling you to go away because at this point, Jock is like standing, like they're walking up, like they're out of the street and they're walking up on the sidewalk and they're walking up on Kendra. Again, for the people in the back, you cannot walk up on a random dude. You cannot bring random dudes to other random dudes' houses, and you can't let random dudes walk up to another group of random dudes. Because now my boo and his people linked up on the car drinking or whatever. They see a group of 4 guys walking up too. I'm already telling them it's a little bit of static. Of course they're gonna be on defense because now my boo thing is like, who the fuck is these niggas? So now you about to start something again. Like, why you don't get that random group of niggas don't mix, okay? Especially at the setting we're at. They don't mix. So why you not comprehending that? So she about to piss me off because even though my boo don't mind sticking up for me, I don't want to see him fight because he's that person that blacks out. There's no stopping him when he fight. Like, I've seen it multiple times and there's no stopping him, and I actually hate when he fight because he the type, he's not gonna stop till he see blood, y'all. Like, I don't know why he like that. I don't need y'all, don't be commenting about my boo thing need therapy or he need to calm down or he gonna be in jail or I don't want to hear none of that about my boo thing, okay? My boo thing is my boo thing, but like, he that type that he won't stop. So I'm just like, don't get him started because once boo thing get up here, can't nobody bring him back down here. Like, I'm telling you, not me, not the friends. You know how like sometimes like the girl would be the soft spot for the dude. I ain't that, y'all. If he get worked up, it take me a very long time to calm him down. Like, I dang near need to pull his pants down and to get him to focus back again, y'all. For real, like, it's that serious. So it's like, it take a lot. And I don't feel like that. Like, not on Shauna's birthday. Like, I'm already a little bit intoxicated. I don't feel like that, bro. And then all his friends is the same way. I don't got time for that. So I'm just thinking, like, Shauna was like, Kendra, just you and your friends go. Like, y'all just go ahead and go. So, mind you, this is what set it off. As soon as Shauna said that to Kendra, Offset goofy ass gonna tap Jock like, bro, who's that bitch talking to? Talking about Shauna to Kendra. When I tell y'all after that, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. So as soon as Offset said that about Shauna, my boo thing. Mind you, he leaned back on his car or whatever, like chilling. You know how you got like one foot up on your car, like chilling, and I'm kind of in front of him. When I tell you he slid me to the side, so like, excuse me, miss.
What's your name? Can I take you out tonight?
Oh, y'all don't know nothing about that, my bad. But he slid me over and he pulled up. This is how I know when my boo is really about to do his like thing. He pull up his pants like all the way. And he like made sure like he do it so quick, like he'll pull up his pants and push everything deep down in his pockets because he don't want nothing to come out. So I know when he get ready to like do the damn thing. So he slid me over. He pulled up his pants. He said, "What, nigga? What you say to Shauna?" So as soon as he said that, Offset was like, "Bro, like I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to her." And so my boo thing was like, him and Mark started saying stuff at the same time. So my boo thing was like, you can't be talking to her when I'm around here. And Mark was like, I know for a fact you're not talking to her. Like, they both just kind of started like walking up. So of course, without a thought, my boo thing and Mark is walking up. So their friends is like walking up. So I'm just like, I got in front of, well, I ain't get in front because I know better. I got to the side because when my boo was going off, I learned the hard way. You do not get in front of him. Like, you step, like, you either be on the side of him or you do it from a distance. I've already learned with this group of guys, you don't get involved too much, y'all. Like, I'm telling you. And I'm not saying that my boo thing will ever hit me or something. No, it's not that. It's just that once he's up there, like I said, it ain't no bringing him down. So when he start walking up, I'm to the side of him because I'm not about to get in front of him, because sometimes my boo thing would just swing on the dude without no talking, no nothing. So if he gonna swing on him, I'm not about to be caught in a crossfire. So I was on the side of him. I'm like, nah, babe, just come out. It's not even worth it. Like, come on, like, let's not even do nothing. Like, they not even worth it. I'm trying to save them. What did Goofy Jock say?
Who ain't worth it? I ain't worth what? Like, girl, what the fuck? CK, that's why I don't like you. You always got some shit to say.
Well, as you can imagine, as soon as he said that to me, my boo thing take off on him. Take off. Mind y'all know the buffs I be talking about, aka Cartier frames, designer glasses. I be having to forget. I be having to remember. Everybody don't know what buffs is, but they're just designer glasses. Some people might say buffs. Some people might say white sticks. Some people might say Cartiers, Cardi frames. Like, it's so many names, but in the summing up, they're just designer glasses that a lot of people wear, and they cost a lot of money. So Jock had glasses on. Pretty much. Well, so my boo thing, Mark, one of Mark's friend. Well, wait. So basically, my boo thing, Mark, one of their friends, Jock, and one of the two amigos. Well, not the two amigos, but not Offset, but one of the guys from them. They all had buff songs, right? So when my boo thing punched Jock, his glasses went flying, right? His glasses go flying. My boo thing immediately is taking off on him. Boom, boom, boom. Like, he did it so quick that, like, Jock flew back, right? He flew back and fell. So his glasses fly off, he fall. My boo thing and them are fighting. Now, because I guess Offset tried to, like, break it up or jump in. I don't know which one he was doing. It looked like he was more so trying to break it up. Because, Offset was like, hey, like, watch out, watch out. He looked like he was trying to break it up. So, of course, Mark jumped in. Now, unfortunately for Jock and his crew, once my boo thing is fighting, all of them jump in. Like, it's not it's a 1-on-1 or whatever. Like, it seemed like with Jock and his crew, like, they didn't fight it. Like, the other two guys, they didn't jump in. Like, once my boo was fighting Jock, Mark jumped in to get Offset, and then the other guys, they just kind of jumped in too, because, like, I don't know, I guess they didn't know if the other guys was jumping in or what, so they just automatically started jumping in. The two other boys that was with Jock, I guess they didn't really want to fight. So, like, the two boys that was over here, they swung on the other two boys, but the boys was backing up. Like, bro, this ain't got nothing to do with us. This ain't, like, not trying to fight. So, like, they over there, so I'm trying to focus here. This is the thing. All I can do is yell to my boo thing to stop. I'm not getting involved. I'm not breaking it up. I'm not touching him because he fight too wild and I'm not getting hit. So Kendra is sitting there screaming and yelling and stuff because now Jock is on the floor. He getting beat up. So she's screaming. Kendra goes in to try to break them up. I told Kendra, like, do not do that. Like, don't do too much, because when guys are fighting too wild, I know in y'all mind, it might seem like guys are fighting. Break it up. Don't sit there and let them fight. But, okay, you feel that way until you break up a guy's fight and you get swung on. Then you looking crazy. Don't try to do that. So she tries to break it up or whatever. So I'm telling Kendra, I'm like, girl, you better back up. As soon as she walks over to try to, like, break it up or whatever, I guess my boo thing was picking up Jock, and he was like, you know how guys be trying to, like, slam each other on the ground? When he picked Jock up, and I mean, he picked him up by the shirt and he was slamming him back down. When he picked him back up, Kendra was already walking over there. So I don't know how, but, like, when he pushed Jock back down to the ground, Kendra was underneath Jock. So she somehow got mixed up into this. So now I'm like, oh my God. Like, now my friend is on the ground. Nobody hit her, but she just fell down with Jock. So now I'm over there and I'm telling my boo thing, like, I'm pulling him by the shirt. I'm like, it's a girl. You hitting a girl. He didn't hit Kendra, but I knew if I told him that he hit a girl, he would stop. I think that's the only thing that would make him, like, calm down if I say he hit a girl. So I had to say that because Kendra was underneath them because this dummy she didn't want to roll away or nothing. She just got pinned down underneath, Jock getting slammed to the ground. So she's underneath and they kind of like fighting on top of her. Kendra, what are you doing? So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm telling my boo thing, I was trying to pull him, y'all. He bigger than me. It's not working. So I'm like, boo thing, you hit a girl. You hit Kendra. So he kind of like, he looked over. He looked at me like this I know he crazy as hell. Because he didn't even say nothing. He still had Jock, but he looked at me like what? But he didn't say nothing. I'm like, yes. I'm trying to look at him in his eyes. I'm like, you hit a girl. Yes. Get up. So that's when he like threw Jock back down, got up, and I'm like, you good? I'm like, well, you didn't hit her, but you could have hit her. Like, I try to clean it up. Like, you could have is what I said. Because he got up like, what girl? He like, baby, I hit you. I'm like, no. He like, Shauna. He looking around. He like, who I hit? I'm like, Kendra, well, you didn't hit her, but you could have. He like, I could have. I'm like, yeah, you could have hit her. So just hold on. So at this point, now that I got him up, Jock get up, and he trying to like, you know how people try to take off running, but like they pants is falling down, so they kind of like tripping over their pants and they all kind of stumbling. He trying to get up, y'all. He get up, leaking. He's leaking to the point like. So Jock had on this all white shirt. My boo thing had like this Gucci like brown and green whatever type shirt, like this Gucci shirt. Jock's shirt looked like he ran into a fight with a bottle of ketchup, like leaking. So at that point when my boo thing got up, everybody tried to start like separating. Mind you, the other two wasn't even jumping in, so I'm not gonna lie. If I'm just being fair, y'all can say it's wrong, y'all can say it's right. I'm just telling y'all how the story happened. Low key, Offset kind of got jumped by Mark and the other two dudes because his two friends ain't help. Like the other two amigos, Takeoff and Quavo, recipes to Takeoff again. But them two, they never jumped in. Like, they didn't want no problem. So, I guess the main focus was on Offset, unfortunately. So, he got the short end of the stick. So, they kind of jumped him. So, like, they eventually broke it up or whatever. So, they were just sitting there trying to gather their stuff. So, next thing you know, Jock is looking at Kendra because Kendra run over there to Jock try to help him. But he pushing Kendra off. He mad. Now, you know how boys is when they fight. He mad. He pushing him off, pushing her off or whatever. So, Kendra like, let me help you. Wait, come here. Like, baby, wait. He just like, get on, bro. Like, gone. So next thing you know, he looking around because they trying to pick up little change and stuff, whatever. Y'all, my boo thing sees Jock designer glasses, y'all. And he picks up his foot and steps on them. Like, crushes them in front of his face. I said, my man is a savage. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was turning me on. Like, he's so careless, but that's bad and that's mean, y'all. Like, it go hand in hand. Like, on one end, you're gonna be like, that's wrong, but on the other end, I was looking like, okay, well, that's Jock. That's just Jock. Like, Jock irritating and I don't like him. But y'all, I was just like, that's what you get for like being disrespectful. Like, you in the front of another group of guys that you clearly see that we know, and you steady saying like disrespectful things to like me or Shauna, or trying to just like say like little goofy shady stuff. Do you think the guys that we with are not gonna press you or not gonna say nothing? Like, I know some people might think like the stuff that he said wasn't too bad, but y'all had to be there and see his demeanor. Like, he just had a snarky demeanor. Like, who you know how K is, all of that. Like, he just had like this demeanor, this aura that just was bad vibes, y'all. Like, it just was like the way he looked and he think everything is a joke. Like, the way he just be walking around like he can't be touched, and the way he always want to nitpick and say stuff to the females, but when it came to a guy, you didn't have much to say. You really sat there and just literally kind of got beat up because my boo thing so fast that Jock barely got a hit in. So it's just like, you so tough when it comes to the women, but when it comes to some guys, you didn't say nothing. You barely said anything. But whatever. So now that, like, he stepped on his glasses and stuff, like, my boo thing is sitting there like, you know, what's up, niggas? Y'all better get from around here unless y'all want some more. Jock trying to plead his case. He like,
bro, I don't even know what the problem was. You seem cool as fuck. Like, what was the problem? Why would you even take off on me like that? You look cool as fuck, man.
how's you telling another dude that you don't know he look cool? Like, this man just beat your ass and you over there talking about, you look cool. You was cool as fuck, bro. He don't know you. What you mean he was cool? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, not trying to plead your case to my boo thing. So Mark is just like, bro, get the fuck out of here with your weak ass friends. Like, they are just going on them or whatever. And they not saying nothing, y'all. They still just picking up, like, Offset phone was on the ground or something. Like, they still picking up stuff that had fell out their pockets, AirPods or phone, headphones, whatever that shit was. They picking up stuff, marking them, just telling them to get the fuck on, talking cash shit. They ain't got nothing to say. All they kept saying was, y'all look cool. Why would y'all do that? Da da da. But they letting them clown them and they not saying nothing. But let that have been me and Shauna that was saying something, y'all would have had everything to say to us. But now that there's some real niggas in y'all face, y'all ain't got nothing to say. That's what y'all get. Y'all thought y'all was big and bold. Y'all walked over here next to another group of dudes. Y'all should know, even if Kendra don't know to keep random guys from away from each other, you should know as a guy. Like, if you and your homeboys was chilling, would you want another random group of guys walking up to you and your friends? No. So you as a dude, as a nigga, should know that you don't just walk up to random groups of guys and just, like, come in a space on some rah-rah shit, especially when it come with a girl. But since you don't know, hopefully you learned your lesson that day, because that didn't make no sense to me. So cool, whatever. So yep, so that happened, whatever. So Kendra is just like panicking and like trying to help stop his nose from bleeding, because his shirt was already kind of like tore up and bleeding. So I guess Jock just tore it all the way off and like kind of wrapped it around and had it on his nose and stuff. So my boo just looking and he talking junk. So after he smashed his glasses or whatever, I'm just sitting there like, not you smashed the Cardis. Not you smashed the buffs. So I'm thinking like, oh my God, because when he did that, like, people, y'all don't understand. People die over those buffs. And it's unfortunate, but people be snatching buffs. People will do a lot over them designer glasses, like, because they cost a lot of money. And people just don't play when it comes to the disrespect. Like, if you try to snatch something, it's a whole movie called Buffed Up, y'all. Y'all don't understand how serious Buffs is in the city. I'm telling you, go watch the movie. It's on Tubi. And it's called Buffed Up. And you gonna realize just how serious Buffs is in the city. So people don't play when it comes to like the disrespect with Buffs. So when he crushed his glasses, I just knew Jock was about to come fight him again. Like, I just knew, because that's just what goes on. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just telling y'all what happens. So I just knew something was about to go on, y'all. This man let him crush his glasses and ain't say two things to him. Like, literally nothing. So I was just like, wow, like, you just really a hoe. But my thing be, I hate dudes like this, because y'all want to buck up, be so tough when it comes to these women. But as soon as y'all meet somebody that's in y'all same weight class, that's a man like y'all, and y'all standing toe to toe with, y'all don't want no problems. Y'all don't want no smoke. But mind you, because Jock was bigger than me, he's taller than me, he's a guy. So you see little old me or Shauna, whatever, and of course we just these small petite girls or whatever, and you think you could pick at us and say smart stuff to us. But now you see a guy that's literally in your same weight class, your height, muscles and all like you, and you don't got nothing to say to him. Like, I don't have respect for those type of dudes, because it's just like, keep that same energy. If you an asshole, be an asshole all around the border. Don't just be an asshole only to women and want to dap it up when you see another dude. No. Because we don't get down like that. And I was telling Kendra, I said, see, that's how you do. I'm not going to lie, I was still hyped up. Because I'm thinking like the way, my boo thing and Mark just had our back. I said, that's how your dude supposed to have your back. He not supposed to disrespect you. He not supposed to be walking up on you and pushing you down, telling you to bend over and stuff like that. He supposed to have respect for you. Just like my boo thing do. Like, so I was just saying stuff. So Kendra, I'm like, Kendra, go away. Like, go to your car, because every time Kendra linger around, they linger around with her. So I'm telling her to walk away, so that way they can walk away and get away from here. Like, get them away from them. Like, what did you not understanding? They just got beat up. Get them away from us. So eventually, yeah, Kendra walk off. Like, well, the thing is, Jock and them had already started walking away, because they ain't want no more smoke. They already started walking away. I hear him fussing at the other two, because I guess he mad that his friends ain't jump in. Which, even though I don't like Jock, I agree, because why would the friends just stand around? Even if y'all feel like Jock decided to get his ass beat, like, these are your friends. Like, I wish my friends would sit around and see me get beat up or jumped and not do nothing, because Jock got beat up but Offset got jumped, and them two other friends, they just stood there. They didn't do nothing. They didn't try to separate it. They literally stood there, y'all. Like, stood there and watched. They didn't like try to walk away or just leave or record it or break it up or nothing. They literally, when the other two dudes ran up on them, they're like, bro, we don't want no smoke. We don't got nothing to do with this. And then that made the other two dudes turn around and like jump offset. Like I said, I'm not saying it's right that 3 people's on one person. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying was it would have been fair had his other 2 friends jumped in. It's not our fault that our friends gonna fight when we fight and your friends not like that. You need to choose better friends, Jock. While you all worried about what Kendra got going on, you need to go find you some ride-or-die friends, because they was standing around looking at you like they was watching something off Worldstar. They didn't care about you getting beat up and you blinking. They could at least pick y'all stuff up. They didn't even pick up your glasses when it went flying. They could at least picked up the phones, picked up all y'all stuff. That way nothing would have got messed up or broken or stepped on. They didn't even do that. They literally stood there. So I guess when they was crossing the street, they was saying stuff to them or whatever. I don't really know. It was just like fainting in the distance or whatever. So my thing is too, like, Jock knew he had to take Kendra to the car because he realized that we was riding with him. So why would you walk off and leave Kendra by herself? Like, that's what I'm saying. Kendra, you keep trying to take up for this dude, but he do not care about your well-being. Even if he got into a fight, he should have still been like, Kendra, let's go. Like, come on, we leaving. They left her. Literally left her. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, Kendra, I'm like, you need to go with them. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's at like 2 o'clock in the morning, but she parked in a parking lot, like right across the street. But I'm thinking like, you need to go away because like my boo things, they starting to look at you like, what you got going on? Like, they know Shiner, but they looking at you like, you coming over here with these guys. It's drama, it's beef, it's static, it's too much. So I'm like, Kendra, go over there with your friends. Jock, get them away from us. So she eventually go across the street trying to follow after them, and she like get her car and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm telling them I'm sorry because I be feeling bad. Like, I don't like for guys or anybody to fight. Like, I would hate to go around anybody and then, like, my boo thing got a girl there waiting for me to fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. But it's just like, I told Jock to leave us alone. Like, why did you follow us across the street? You and Kendra. Like, I told y'all to just leave it alone and go away. Why would you follow us? Like, that was so annoying. Like, you should have just walked away and left. Y'all, and I tell you, after that night, of course, because I know y'all thinking like, well, you and Kendra was still cool. The thing is, we haven't talked for a long time because, like I said, all of this was leading up to like the first story time that I did about her, which is when we got stranded, because that's when Jock became her baby daddy. Because, you know, in that first story time, I told you that was her baby daddy. They already had a kid together. So this is pre-baby daddy. So like I said, even after all of this, you know, she still ended up with him. She's still having a kid by him and stuff like that. And at that time, in that story time, we went again months without talking. This is before I decided to like go ahead and cut her off or whatever. But we went a long time without talking. And once again, it's like, I don't know why, but it took me a minute to kind of cut off friends that wasn't doing like extreme stuff to me. Like, let's say she was talking about me behind my back, like easy cut off. Let's say she tried to talk to my homeboy, easy cut off. But when it be like that gray area, back in the day, it used to be hard for me to cut off friends just for them being quote unquote dumb. You get what I'm saying? So, but ever since then, when I went around just like that time, Jock didn't want no beef with me, no smoke with me. He, hey, Kay, how you doing? He was speaking to me ever since then. It wasn't no, okay, hold grudges or all that sneaky little shady talk he used to do. When I tell you, he was high. Do you need something? Do you need me to put some air in your tire? Like, it was just like sunshines and rainbows after that. And I said, damn, like, I should have had my nigga beat your ass a minute ago. So, no. But I'm just like, wow, it takes for you to get your ass whooped to learn how to respect women. That's a little suspicious. But yes, y'all, that is the end of my story time. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Make sure you thumbs up this video, comment down below, and double check to make sure you are subscribed. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at KShine with 3 E's. But y'all already know. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.